What does it take to build a 16 by 8 digital Carrera track? I built my track in 2017 and 2018. And it took about a year, I guess, to build it with 4 tables to make 8. It's 4 by 8 tables. So I've got all the original boxes and everything, so I'll show you all that. Alright, so what's it gonna take? I'll show you all the boxes here. First box you're definitely gonna have to get. It's gonna be a set, obviously. You get the control unit, 1 change lane, you get some corners, 2 controllers, 2 cars, and the power supply. You know, eventually you can take those controllers and move them to like 3 and 4 and just never use them. Maybe just use them if you need to, if you have guests or something like that, if you don't have good controllers for everybody. And that's a good way to start. You know, I think these are like I think I paid like $320 for this, but I'm pretty sure they're up to about $400 now. But you can get the 3-car one. I saw the 3-car one recently with the old 30701 Corvette, that's a good kit. I think it was $430. I'd recommend that one right now if you're going to start with a kit. So you get the kit, and you look at that and you dream for a while, because it just ain't big enough to do anything with. You know, hopefully you've got some tables built, because you know, that's what I did first, was build a 4 by 8 tables. You know, with 2 by 4s, everything probably costs about $500 to build 4 decent tables with decent particle board top. And basically after that, I remember I had it laid out, and I did a track planner, so I knew what I wanted for the design on the space that I had. So once you have that, it's like Carrera track planner or something. There's a few of them out there, and so you can work with that, get your plan down, and then it tells you what pieces you're going to need, and then you can just go buy them and you have it all laid out. So I started, let's see, I'll show you all the boxes from here on. There's like 20 boxes on top of the main box. So we'll just start with this one. So that was the extension set, and I used one of these little curved pieces in the pit zone, and a couple straight pieces, and then I think those are the 160s or whatnot curves. So you got that one. And then another curve set. Here's a 2, called the 230. So that's like a pretty small curve. That, I mean, I don't even know which way I'm going on the track, but then I had this curve here. This is the biggest curve that Carrera makes. It's a 415, and it literally fits perfect with about 1.5 inches to spare, maybe 3 inches to spare on one side. On the 4, or on the 8, 8 foot wide. So the curve is 8 feet wide, just about. So this is probably the biggest curve that they make. I forget how much that was. I think it was like $70 maybe. And then another expensive one is the extension set with 3. Has 3 turn, a corner turn from outside to inside, double turn. And then 4 straights with a 1 lane change turn. I think this one was like $135 or something, but this is a good kit for it's a high value kit, because you know, these can add up if you buy them individually. So you got that. Another corner, there's the 330. So we've got the 415, the 230, and there's the 330, which is a little bit bigger. You can mix and match them up, you know, if you don't need to build them. You can make them half 330 and half 230 if you wanted to. So then there's another box of standard straights, so you just get 4 in a box. It's like 20 some odd dollars, or maybe it's like 18. I can't remember how much they are. Just check your hobby store. And I think I needed one more lane change section. And on top of that, the pit zone pieces are really important because you got the fuel, you know, and these are special pieces, so I think they're up to like 94 bucks now. You know, you have to buy 2 of them if you want a double pit zone. You know, you can have 1 or none, but it's, you know, 1 is good because then you can benefit with the fuel, and 2 is better because you can have 4 people racing with 2 pit zones, which is nice. If you want a 3rd pit zone, maybe separate from the main pit area, you can put or if you have a long enough area, you could have them all in a row for sure, and then have a safety car in one of the pit zones, dedicated pit zones, and that's, I don't have that, but that's an option. And the Bluetooth, 35 bucks for the little Bluetooth, so you can have Smart Race if you want Smart Race, which is the best app, really. No, it is the best app. You gotta have that, or at least, yeah, you gotta have that. If you're gonna use the computer wire, you're gonna have to use something else, I think. Right, so, oh. And then even like these little pieces, I didn't even use these 2 little pieces, so that was one mistake of mine. That was about the only mistake I made in the whole. And then there's some, now with the these pieces here all the way around the edge, because I got them all the way around. I got some inside, but I got them all the way around the outside of every corner, which is really only needed for 124 scale. I mean, if you want to run 124 cars, which you need a lot more than 16 feet, in my opinion. That's what they're really for. But to me, they look better around the track. So, you know, you have to buy them for like every corner. So this one's for the 160 corner, I guess. Yeah, outside. These are outside for 160s. Those are outside for 160s. Outside for 160s. And this like huge set here, which is outside for the 415. It's like huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 15 pieces in that box. That's pretty crazy, huh? Stay there. And this other box here, I bought, it was outside for the 330, and I only used like 1, I think. Yeah, I only used 1 because I needed 1 to like finish up something there with the 330 curve. I really can't pinpoint where that's at right now. But there's like three of them in here that are left over. And there's like some, what is this one? Boy, I can't even hardly, that's an inside. Yeah, so that's an inside. So, you know, that's nice for the inside corner, like a 160. And then there's 3 boxes of these straights, you know, for the straights all the way down the straights. And that's all the boxes there, but you can see all the the inside pieces here and all the change lanes, and you know, these outside corner pieces. There's the 415 piece. This really makes you know, it's a big corner, and then it fits perfectly, you know, with the 330. So the 415 and then the 330, and then you get up the 230, and the one. I mean, they all fit together perfectly. If you really wanted to fill the whole table up somehow, you know, I don't think that's quite possible, but you could definitely get close. So, and I basically, you can make it so these pit zones like will count a lap if you want, but on the control unit you can make it so it won't count the lap. So it won't count the lap until he comes out, and then he hits the start line here. So I gotta have it. I think it's just one piece away from that or something. So that works. It works out all right. Let's see what else. These start and stop lights. I was thinking like here. Yeah. You know, this is what I'm working on right now. I was thinking about maybe just leaving them hanging like that, like I've seen some places, because these are LEDs and they can be wired up into the box. So then, you know, when these things blink on start countdown, it would just work, you know, with these lights as well. I don't know. I'm not sure if I really like it like that or not. It's a little big for that area, but I was thinking if I just had one there, you know, and then you could maybe like another one. I don't, you know, I don't know. I could put like another one here or something like that for the start for the pit zone. Trying to figure out how to like I really wish I had my old black box that I could just look at or whatever underneath it, but because I don't want to really rip this one apart. Yeah, so that's just something to ponder for a while. The lights look alright, but I don't know, man. We're getting kind of crazy there with the wiring. I need to paint these things like black or gray. So anyways, that's that. But anyways, back to this. So there's 20 boxes here. So you can see 20 plus the main kit. So that's basically what it takes to build this track. And I bought all my stuff from CarreraSlots.com. In Minnesota. Every single piece, except for the kit, except for the main kit. I think I had to buy that on Amazon because they just didn't have it. I'm saving all my Gatorade caps. You save your Gatorade caps, they're good for barriers, man. You don't really need to paint them. They probably look good, like, you know, alternate colors, red and, you know, white. But for now, we'll just leave them like that. And trying to figure out what else was like I've said, you know, the track's been together for Christ 3 years now. That's a pretty long time. You know, this car here, I was looking at Electric Dreams the other day. The $150. Come on, man. Jeez. I got some DTMs coming. Really race some DTMs for a while. I kind of built this track wanting DTMs from the get-go. I just ended up buying 2 more GT3s just to kind of you know, have 4 GT3 cars, and then the 917. I think I got that for like $44 when I should have bought the other one, because now I don't have the matching one, and it really bothers me. And I ain't gonna pay $150 for the matching brother of it. I've been looking at that Slot Tech box with the Chaos button. The Chaos button is basically the start button for the yellow flag caution, which is it's a nice big knob, so you can just smash it. And it's a Marshall button basically, but I Marshall here with sticks and stones. And but the Slot Tech box, so you could run like an analog car like this fly car here. It's $250 for that box. $250 for that. Whew. That's a little beyond my budget right now for that, just to run analog cars, because it just defeats the purpose of the digitals. Unless you have like 100 old cars, that thing's not worth it to me. I would love to have the Chaos button, just because the start button is a real pain in the butt to get to when you're under caution, you know, or want caution. Put electrical tape here. Some of these straights, you know, they, like you can see, like it just doesn't like to snap together too good in this particular area for some reason. I don't know why. And I'm still looking at the oh, what is it, Slot Scenics or something figures, the white metal figures. Well, they're still in the works. Oh man, I was looking at them. I just cannot pull the trigger on those things yet, because you buy those guys and then you gotta buy the little people, I mean the paint sets, and I'm not set up for all that. And I don't want the Carrera people because they're kind of shiny, and I just don't want the people. I don't want the Carrera people on my track. Yeah, at least not right now. I don't know. I'm up in arms with the people. You know, I really want some of those. What is it, Slot Car Scenics? Yeah, I mean they're very nice, white, unpainted. You can get some of them painted, but man, they're expensive. They're like double the price, which is understandable because there is a lot of detail in those. I was looking at the pit zone guys, you know, they're like 20 pounds, British pounds per set, unpainted, 4 or 5 guys in each set. So, and then it was like 24 pounds in shipping. So, you know, it's like $100 for just the pit zone guys. And then, you know, I love the camera guys and the safety guys, and you know, it just goes on. I got too many hobbies, and this one's the last on the list. So I only work on it in the winters and when I'm bored. So got too many other hobbies. And I don't want a lot of paraphernalia, you know, on the track. I see some tracks and they just have a ton of shit like everywhere. I mean, sure, I'd love to have a row of semis here and all the girls and all that shit. No, not doing that, not doing that. There's not enough weather. I mean, I have to weather those trucks or something, make them look right. They look too die cast. I don't know. The detail in the Carrera cars is pretty good. So, well, I guess I got nothing else to talk about. If you want to start a Carrera track, then with 85 feet of track, I think it's 88 feet of track. I'm not even sure anymore. That's what you got to get. Got some Paul Gauge tires coming. The urethane tires coming for the Porsche and the Ferrari and the Mercedes and the Audi there. Then I was going to get a set of 4 DTMs. They're all from, like, I think the 2019 season. $200 for those, and then the Paul Gauge tires for those, and then the Frankenslot slot thing is really nice feature. It's a little bit longer, maybe a millimeter deeper, so it really makes a big difference, I think. Maybe if it's a little tighter. Yeah, well, these cars desperately need tires. They've been sitting for like years just in these garages, and the tires got totally hard. Because I haven't ridden the track for probably a long time. Came in here the other day. I was thinking, yeah, give it a go. No traction whatsoever. Even on the 917, hard as a rock. There was really no saving them. And they're toast. They're way worse than this. These are really hard though. It's like almost like a rock. Tried to sand them, you know, all that stuff. And I even have a tire tuner. Yeah. I sure do wish I would see some information though on how to wire that up to the control unit. I know I could take this apart and just wire it and solder it up to the, somehow solder it up to it, but very hesitant to do that because I just don't want to hurt the old unit. I think of it like, man, that'd be like $90 if it burnt it up. It'd be like 2 cars. Now I'm to the point where I really want people in cars. So